I was recruited by WXXI. We had television, a cable channel, and 2 radio stations. Of course, things have changed. Today we have 3 digital television channels. We still have a cable channel, but we have 6 public radio stations, and we own and operate the Little Theater on East Avenue. We just celebrated our 50th anniversary of television. We went on the air on September 6, 1966 with a Julia Child cooking show, a performance of The Mikado, and a membership message. We wanted to use this, and actually we're doing this all year, as a way to make WXXI more relevant and to raise awareness of what we do across the entire community. Well, I've been at WXXI for just over 20 years. I came at the end of 1995 from Maryland, where I had been working with Maryland Public Television, and it's been a great 20 years here, a lot of changes. I think we've expanded our range. We used to be focused mostly just on the Rochester area, and now we make a difference across the state and across the country. We had Homework Hotline, but it was only a local show, and now it's a statewide show, and it's an important show for a lot of stations across New York State. The fact that we have so many more channels and so many more choices, I don't think we could have imagined that. Back in 1966, when we went on the air, I can't imagine that the founding fathers and founding mothers of WXXI would have had a clue as to what would be happening in media 50 years later, except for one thing. They were really dedicated to education, and they wanted WXXI to do the same, to be an educational resource, and I think they'd be very proud of what we do. But Facebook, or Twitter, or YouTube, or even the World Wide Web, no one had even begun to think of those things 50 years ago. Since I've been here, in the last 20 years, we've done 2 major capital campaigns. In the first one, we raised over $10 million, and that was to go digital for television and to rebuild our radio studios. In our most recent campaign, we raised $18.5 million, and that, again, was to bring things up to speed. We replaced all of our radio transmitters. We did about $500,000 worth of work on our TV antenna to make it more accessible in the community, our TV programming. We replaced cameras, we replaced a really out-of-date edit system, and the list just goes on and on. Go Public is our way of encouraging people to think of public media whenever they're thinking about the best programs for their children, where to go for news, or where to go even for entertainment, like great performances. And it's a little different in terms of a slogan or a logo, because it's really what we're all about. Relevance is really relationship building, and being aware of what are the important issues. Right now we're trying to support the anti-poverty initiative in the city of Rochester. We're doing debates for local elections when other people are kind of walking away from that, and we're investing in our news department because as we see the paper getting smaller and many of the commercial stations getting away from that, we feel there's a real need for what we're doing here. We just want to make sure that people understand the importance of our first 50 years and on how we need to now plan for our next 10, 20, 30 years, because we think public media is always going to be an important part of our community.